That is the sound of the jar of names. And just going to pick a name. I'm listening to the Skyrim track right now because this is a very Skyrim-heavy themed podcast today. But yes, this podcast is for everyone, including but not excluded to a perfect name, Dragonlord55511. Yep, this is for you. Anyway, let's put that back in the jar of names. Shall we get on with this? So yes, that was the jar of names. If you want to get in the jar of names, go and put a comment on the Cup or Adventure videos and keep commenting on those videos. That is how you get in the jar of names, to answer somebody's question. But yes, what are we doing today? Well, first off, this is a Cup of Tea podcast. This is the cup of tea. Oh, and this is the podcast. Right. So, update. No, first you can skip to the update. You can skip to the topic. You can skip to this week's book club, this week's anime club, or whatever it was called. And you can skip to this week's goals as well. That is in the first comment on my video. There should be a comment, which has all the links to all the different parts of this episode. But yes, let's go on to the update. Right. A few things have happened. Let's go in order. So, first things first, the Try Summit video on Cup of Adventure did not get released. I've not edited it yet. I've got it recorded, I just need to edit it. Obviously, time is a bit of on the issue at the moment. So it's missed, but I'll talk more about that later in my goals. So I unfortunately missed it, but it will be up hopefully soon, and I'll talk about that later on in the goals. What else is going on? Harvest Moon. I recorded Harvest Moon Back to Nature, one episode that I missed. I was going to record it on Thursday, get it out on Friday. However, it broke. For some reason, the audio just cut out. I don't know what happened, so I had to record it again. But by then, it was too late, so I couldn't do it until like Sunday, which means I had to do something else. And what I did, as you may have noticed for those release watchers, I put out a Bioshock episode instead because I've got an extra Bioshock episode this week because I finished it. I finished Bioshock. It's done. On Friday is the last episode. It's a 50-minute episode. It's quite a long one, but it's the last one. So yeah, you can expect that to finish on Friday. So what will this mean? A quick outline will mean a new Let's Play will start. It will be out on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and Harvest Moon will go back to Monday and Friday. And we'll talk more about that later, because during this week, you should see a video called My Next Let's Play Is, which hopefully should be out before Friday, maybe Thursday. We'll see how well that goes. But yes, that is that. I think that's all the update stuff. It is. Yes. Oh, also there's an extra Harvest Moon video this week because there's not, because it's from last week, but there was going to be an extra Bioshock episode out on Sunday. But instead, because I pushed them all back a bit, so the extra episode of Bioshock is out on Friday, the Harvest Moon episode we missed last week will be out on Sunday. So there's an extra one on Sunday for layman terms. But yeah, that's that. What else is going on? Topic. Let's talk about this week's names, shall we? I think I need to open my... I haven't even opened it yet, my document that says all the stuff. Right, so, this week, today we have the podcast, that's what you're listening to right now. Later today we have one of the last episodes of Bioshock. It's called Footsteps of the Future. And I love what causes the footsteps, it's fantastic. Tuesday we have Harvest Moon Back to Nature, the one that should have been out on Friday. It's called Baby is Broken. And then on Wednesday we have 2 episodes of Dark Cloud. One's called Overpowered, because I really am. And then there's another one as well, which I can't remember what it's called. I think I did pick a title, but I forgot to write it down, so I don't know what it is. I think it's something to do with fire, like Burn the Forest, maybe. I'm not sure, though. Thursday, we have another Harvest Moon Back to Nature episode. It's called Missed the Party. So take that as you will. Friday, we have the final episode of Bioshock. It's a 50-minute episode. It's called I'm in the Tribulation. Can you guess why I've called it that? There is a reason. See if you can work it out. First off, you need to know what the tribulation is. Anyway, and then Friday, we've also got another episode of Dark Cloud called Tree Snot, which I think is a great name. And then Saturday, we have 2 episodes of Dark Cloud. One of them is going to be called either Lenny Snake or Of Snake and Men. Reference to that piece of literature there. And then we also got another episode on that called Dark Cloud Whack-A-Mole, which I think I've used before. It's not a very original term. And then, of course, Sunday we have the extra episode of Harvest Moon, which is called The Twin Tree National. 10 guesses what we're doing in that. Right, so on to the next one, which I think is Book Club, is it not? It is Book Club. Right, I think where I left you off last time, it was 2 weeks ago, I said I'd finished Sharp's Triumph, good book, and I went on to The Witcher, Sword of Destiny. It's the first proper Witcher series where it's not a series of short stories, it's a full proper book in the series, and I love it. Basically, they're like training Ciri, if you know who Ciri is. And all these books are set before the games. It's like a few years before. And basically they're training Ciri. So if you played The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, you know who Ciri is. And in this one, they're training Ciri as a girl. She's just come to Kaer Morhen. and it's just fantastic. And Trish Merigold as well. She's just been introduced in the books without being a reference. She's actually come into the books. It's fantastic. I'm loving it, and it's just I love it. Fantastic. I love the book. I'm halfway through it already. It's really sort of one of those books that you really want to read more of. It's fantastic. Okay, and then community section, we have Mention Monday. So let's read off these names, shall we? By the way, shout out to Nick Pro. He's unfortunately his grandfather died, so we're all here for you, mate. I'm sure everyone here will be giving you some lovely comments below, wishing you the best of luck. But all our condolences go to you. It's a part of life. It happens. But if you ever need to talk, we're here. Okay, let's do Mention Monday then. So this week we have a plethora of names. We have 10. We have Horia, Andavoutskovich Nadsta, Spudley Dudley 85, Il XXX Lupo, Dragonlord 55511, Trinity Gamer, B-Man Ben, Nick Pro, Dual Gigamon, and Mr. Laughing Corpse 2. So thank you for commenting. Hopefully you all enjoy the videos you're watching. Some people had some very nice comments, which I very much like. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy the next week's episodes, and hopefully you leave some lovely comments, which I like. Right. What's after that? Is it Q&A? It is Q&A, my favourite section, probably. We have a question from Dragonlord55511 who says, "Hello, Sir JD2Sixtwo. I have a question and a riddle for you. Question. If you could change or add anything to Dark Cloud, what would it be?" By the way, first, I'm sorry for not answering your riddle last week, Dragonlord. I forgot. But yes. What? If I can add anything, add or remove? It's add anything, or change anything. Right. What would I do? I would love to add like this caravan idea that I've got for the game, where you have like a caravan, you can move it around. I think that'd be fantastic. The game's pretty good. There's not much I would change about it. I think it's just add more stuff to it, like extra customization, like armor, maybe armor feature instead of, as well as like a weapon feature. Maybe that'd be quite cool. There's not much I would add or change. It's quite a good game as it is at the moment. I think it's just more stuff like, like a transport thing. You can have like an airship, even though you kind of do get an airship, but I mean like a proper airship, like something you can walk around with, like a transport. In all these sort of fantasy things like this sort of game, you do get that sort of thing. Like you get like an airship or a boat or something, or a dragon. That's what I would like. So yeah, I would like to add a caravan. And your riddle, not forgetting this week, what do you throw away? What do you throw away the outside, eat the inside, and throw away the inside? Hint, it is a new world crop that you husk from stalk, cook in boiling water in a pot, cover in butter, salt, and pepper. You eat during the summer months. Is it corn by any chance? Hint gave it away there. Right, and then Horia says, "For this week I have a riddle and a question. Question, who/what is your favourite villain of all time?" This is a very good question. I'm probably going to pull the fast one and choose a character from... Oh no, because you got Game of Thrones. I was going to say Disney villain, but Game of Thrones. I'm a bit obsessed with Scar at the moment, because I've only just found out that there was a book about Scar from Lion King where he actually had a name before it was Scar. It was something like, I want to say Cavi or something, but it was actually had a name before Scar, which is fantastic. Like, he changed his name. Oh, and there was something about the power of the Roar, which is that new Lion Guard thing. I'm going on a tangent. This new Lion Guard thing about the Lion King, it's like the Roar, power of the Roar, something Roar of the Ancients. It's fantastic. I want to watch it. But my favourite villain, trying to think of Game of Thrones villains. They're pretty cool. I think in terms of acting, I want to say Joffrey Baratheon, because everybody hated that character. And although that means everyone hates his character, I don't say I like his character, I don't. But the acting of that character is fantastic, because you have that disgust feeling towards him, which is what you want. I mean, bless the actor. Everyone probably hates him, because he played his character so well in making people hate him. I think that was fantastic, yeah. I'm going to pick that, because I think that's a good one to go for, because the acting of that actor is perfect, because it makes you hate him, which is the idea which he wants, so we had a bad effect on him. But yeah, that's what I'm going to go for. And your riddle, with a whistle I arrive, with a flash I show up, like a star I shine, and greet the population. For farewells I erect a pillar of debris and smoke, as a memorial for all the lives snuffed. What am I? Right, my initial thoughts was the sun, just from what I've read, but from a whistle I arrive, not really. with the flash I show up. Like a star I shine, it is a star, so it does shine and greets population. For farewells, I erect a pillar of debris and smoke when he blows up, as a memorial for all the lives snuffed. I'm going to say sun. I think the whistle, maybe that's a cockerel, a crow, like a whistle. That could be taken as a whistle. So I'm going to say a sun for that. Probably got it completely wrong, but I'm going to say a sun. Right, what's after this? Subscribers. We've gone up 4 from last week. We were at 1,104. We've gone up to 1,108 now, and we actually have 4 new names on the list. I think we did go up to 1,111, according to 40k Warrior Man. He was still catching up. So, yeah, we went up quite a bit, didn't we? But anyway, this week, we have new community members such as Winterman925, Dante Van, Kitty Catty, and Tiffany Hasbrook. So, yes, welcome to the community. If you think the answer to the riddle is a sun, write it on a piece of paper, write it on a stone, and give it to Mr. Owl to deliver to me. Right, okay, let's go on then to the question. Last week's question was, what games are you looking forward to in 2016? I gave you my opinions. You can check that out if you don't know what I said. But this week we have IlXX Lupo, who says... Sorry, Boy Lupo, who says he's looking forward to No Man's Sky because he loves open-world games. Right, I'm not a big fan of this game. I don't think it looks that great. I think it looks a little bit... I don't get it. I've seen some other people that have said the same, but I just don't get it. Like, I don't get what this game's about. I know it's exploration, but what is the gameplay to it? Just exploring. I don't think that's for me. But I do like the way it sort of all goes. Like, I do like the idea. I just think it needs a story, but I'm a big story-driven gamer. And I think the other person has said the same thing as me, is also a story-driven gamer, so I think that's the problem here. But yeah, that's just me. Right, now this week's question is about Skyrim, because I said about the music I was listening to at the beginning. It's now gone on to the Hobbit music. My little playlist I'm listening to while I'm doing this. Who knew? Yes. Basically, this is inspired by a comment I said last week. I said about, I think it was IlXX Lupo, what race do you play? He plays a Nord battle mage / spell sword, which is exactly the same as me, although I use heavy armour, which I know is quite unusual for a mage to use, but that's what I go for. And then Hori also chimed in and said he plays a high elf, which, tension there. But yeah, my question this week is, I want to start some like fire in the comments. I'm going to ask the question, Imperial or Stormcloak? You'll see that this week's comment is also related to this as well. But yeah, do you really play Skyrim? If you did play Skyrim, I feel like most people have. Did you play Stormcloak or Imperial? I played Imperial. I know, I'm playing a Nord character, and I'm playing Imperial. Do you want to know why? I did some research. This was a question that was really bothering me. I thought about, Stormcloak. They seem like the best sort of people to go for, because it's like the rebels fighting back for freedom of choice and stuff. And I agree with that. However, I looked into it. There's a quest very early on in the game where you have to kidnap one of the Redguard women in Whiterun. If you follow the Stormcloak storyline of that, she dies at the very end. No, you kill people at the very end. But if you hand her over to these people, they just stun her and take her back alive. Now, in my eyes, that's better because they're being truthful. They're saying that we need to deliver her alive to the people of Hammerfell because she was working with the Aldmeri Dominion. So that sort of supports that fact that the Imperials are right, because I'm trying to find the right one. Even though there's no right one, I tried to find excuses for it. So that's why I went for them. But there's another reason as well. If you go Stormcloak, you have to kill a certain character who I like because he was very helpful to me at the beginning of the game. Well, I say beginning of the game, after the prologue. And I didn't want to kill him. And I think that's nasty. Like, he is the person in charge of this specific area. Why should we kill him? To install someone that's loyal to you? No, I want to stick with him because he was a friend to me. He was nice. So I stuck with Imperial because the Imperial side didn't kill him. So I've gone with the Imperials because I think they are right. And if you look at it, the people that talk do sort of say that, what's his face, Alfred Stormcloak, he is like Hitler with the separation of the different races. Because you hear little comments from people. So I think I made the right choice. I'm happy I went with Imperial. So although it's like the Rebels from the Empire and the Rebels in Star Wars, it's more like World War II with Hitler and his Stormcloak army, which is Stormcloak army with a Stormtrooper army, which I think he did have. Was it called Stormtrooper army? It was, yeah. It's like the Star Wars thing, yeah. So I agree with that. That's why I'm going with the Imperials. But yeah, let me know. That was a big topic. Sorry about that. Okay, this week's comment, like I just said, is this massive conversation between Horia and IlXX Lupo about Stormcloaks and Imperials, and I just thought it was fantastic. because just the way he ended it was like and the narrator starts saying, "There is one they fear." I just thought it was funny. Anyway, Anime Club. Now, yes, I'm bringing it back because I started watching some anime. Last time I left you off, I was watching Fairy Tail, which I like. It was very long, so I sort of gave up halfway through, and that's what sort of stopped the Anime Club. But I've recently watched some new ones because I've found out that Owari no Seraph has been released in English dub. So I've been watching that because I love that. And then also started watching a new one. I'm watching it sort of right now. It's called, what's its anime name? Nanatsu no Tazai, The Seven Deadly Sins, which is a Netflix series, which I quite like. I saw an opening for season 2 of it, and I liked it. So I thought I would check it out, and I am. I'm quite enjoying it very much. Like, they're very cool. They're very powerful. Right, moving on swiftly. Goals. Now then, we're moving out from the community section. Obviously, last week's goals was to make the February document, and that was about it. It did not happen, because obviously I've been very busy with stuff like the failed recordings, some internet problems I've had. So if you see anything wrong with my videos, it's because I've got internet problems. That was the episode with Dark Cloud as well. I missed one because of internet problems. Basically, I missed the sponge video. I want to try and get that done. That is what I'm trying to do by next week. Hopefully it will happen. We'll see what happens. But yeah, obviously, life is busy right now. It always is. But that's my goal. And that's this week done then, because I went a little bit too long on the old Skyrim thing there. Right, so let's finish this cup of tea. Okay then, and I will say bye-bye. Until the next time we meet, farewell. And I will leave you with this. I watched a Disney film this week, and it's from... No, it's not a Disney film, actually. It's one of those films that should be... everyone always says it's a Disney film, but it's not a Disney film. But I will leave you with this quote from this film. So, what film? Look at the skies. Tell me, what do you see? Just close your eyes and describe it to me.